With you then coming up here in just a bit, but next right now on our big 7 at 7 story list, how area governments matched up against the first big snow of the winter season. Today we paid a return visit to Roane County. One of the spots that we checked out is crews pre-treated roadways last week before the snow. There, like in a lot of other communities, the county highway department worked throughout the weekend to plow and treat roads. Road Superintendent Dennis Ferguson says the community did a great job allowing the department to do its job by staying off the roads. He also tells us the satellite stations around the county help them to be much more efficient, especially in East Roane County and Midway. The crew was still out today working to make sure roads are safe for locals, especially in the shaded back road areas that have yet to melt.
They'll keep working on those areas. We're trying to identify the areas right now that needs to be worked on. Now, there are not a whole lot of them, but the spots where they're at, we want to treat them and try to get them thawed up and get them gone, you know. And so we'll continue to check them today. We're throughout the whole county today checking. Some areas are better than others, but hopefully we'll have a lot done today, and then tomorrow we'll continue to check, you know.
Ferguson tells us the county has placed an order for a resupply of salt, staying prepared for the remaining winter months. Ferguson is also looking to add a few more satellite stations throughout the county beyond the 4 already that are now set up. Big numbers tonight coming out of the winter weather we want to share with you. We're finding out just how much salt and brine was used to treat state roads ahead of and during our recent winter weather. TDOT says crews operating in 24 East Tennessee counties used nearly 270,000 gallons of brine, 55,000 gallons of calcium chloride, and 17,000 tons of salt. This between Wednesday morning and midnight last night. And specifically here in Knox County, the County Public Works Director telling 6 News 100,000 gallons of brine and 800 tons of salt were used on county roads. This blast of winter weather we just saw is being blamed for a number of crashes. And here in Knoxville, an Amazon Prime van crashed into an outbuilding belonging to Christian Fellowship Church yesterday. Police tell us the driver had just made a delivery on Ashley Street when the van began to slide down an icy hill. The driver, we understand, bailing from the vehicle just before it slid off the road and into the building. KPD says no one was hurt. And heartbreak after a weekend crash, this time in Oak Ridge. The wreck left a father and daughter dead. The crash happening on Saturday morning. 66-year-old Alan Mitchell died at the scene. 17-year-old Amber Mitchell died after arriving at the hospital. Oak Ridge police telling 6 News the two were headed down South Rutgers Avenue near Manhattan Avenue when the car left the road, hitting a nearby Food City. You can see the Food City did sustain some damage in the incident. Now, Amber Lee Rose tells 6 News she went to school with Amber, the two striking up a friendship freshman year. Amber is described by her classmate as having a big heart.
I was very upset, and also I didn't really get to say goodbye. She was very sweet, a bright person. She was very loving, and she was a great person to be with, and I wish I really got to say goodbye or just have one last time with her. I hope her family will be okay also, so I send out my prayers to them.
You know, Amber was a senior at Oak Ridge High School. Oak Ridge Schools has released a statement following her death that reads in part, Amber was a bright light in our community and jumped into new opportunities with all her heart. They went on to say, we will also have additional counselors on site at the high school throughout the week or longer as needed, end quote. Also tonight, Food City sharing that Amber worked at its Oak Ridge location. The business saying its thoughts and prayers are with the Mitchell family. Well, we're seeing just how big the need was for warming centers as the temperature dipped. Those centers around Knoxville opening up to host around 270 people on Thursday, topping 300 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The centers are still in need of blankets and sleeping bags, so if you are able to donate, you can drop off items at a dedicated trailer set up at CARM's North Broadway location, and you can call CARM at 865-673-6540 if you need more information. Well, for some small businesses, a couple of days of snowy weather can have a bigger than you might expect impact on their bottom line. Over at River Dog Bakery, owners Brian and Pam Trainer said they closed their doors Friday when the snow started to fall, sending employees home and canceling appointments. It wasn't until Sunday when the owners could return, and like many businesses in town, they lost out on one of their busiest days. They say Saturday is the busiest day of the week for customers, but they are grateful for a loyal clientele.
We certainly don't have revenue coming in. I think it kind of makes up for it. People kind of come back to it after everything feels normal again. So there's a little impact there, but I think we absorb it through the year. So, and we have really great customers, and so I think everyone's super understanding about that as well.
During the snowstorm, the trainers said they were most worried about fulfilling pets' dietary needs, as they are a local food supplier, and they are hopeful they will make up their losses in the upcoming days. Well, heads up, if you were planning to head to the Smokies next week, the National Park is getting ready to cut down some hazardous trees in Cades Cove. We're told this is going to be happening on January 20th, and it will run through the 24th. And while this work is happening, Cades Cove Loop Road will be closed. The National Park says the road could reopen as early as noon on the 24th. However, there is a chance for another road closure on the 27th if work is not completed on time. Count on us, of course, to keep you updated.